Well, it's a short week for Nebraska, so we heard from both offensive coordinator Troy Walters and defensive coordinator Eric Chinander here on Tuesday as the Huskers continue preparations for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And really one of the more interesting storylines in this game is Nebraska's defensive coordinator Eric Chinander played at Iowa for Kirk Ferentz.
Obviously, it'll be good to go back to that stadium, and I got a lot of friends and family coming wearing red to the game, so that'll be good. But this is an important game for our team. Really important to finish strong, really important for defense to play well this game and get some momentum going into spring football and recruiting.
Oh, I think for any young guy that's coaching, going back to his alma mater as a competitor, I think that obviously always has sort of an extra sort of little flavor to it, you know? So he hasn't said, I mean, chins is chins. He's been just like he always is. I haven't noticed any change in him at all with regards to going into this week. But I would suspect that maybe it's a little different for him.
You know, I tell the kids all the time, you guys got great stuff here. The facilities are unbelievable. The training table, the academics. My favorite place in the whole building, in the whole complex, is when we walk out of that gate and it says, I play for Nebraska. I coach at Nebraska. I get to coach at Nebraska. And there's no doubt about it, I grew up in Iowa, but home is where the heart is, and my home's in Lincoln. My heart's in Lincoln.
As for the play of his group on the field, Chinander was pleased with the progress they've made, particularly last week against Michigan State.
Well, you know, first of all, football is not a hard game. It's. Let me put it differently. It's simple. It's not easy. Execute the call, tackle the guy with the football, play harder than everybody else in the field, and defense works. And those guys are starting to understand that. They have the ability, they have the skill set, we have the guys here. They just need to play as one unit. Everybody execute the call, everyone communicate, everyone play harder than the offensive team that we're facing, and then go make tackles, and good things are going to happen. And we're starting to get some turnovers. That confidence is building. The guys are starting to get the ball out. They're starting to get some picks. They're starting to not only get the sack, but try to get the football out. So good things are happening right now.
One of those players that made a lot of progress for the Big Red was safety Antonio Reed. He was awarded a black shirt on Monday.
When I first saw it, I mean, it was excitement from me, but I think the most excitement came from my brothers and my teammates around me, and that just made me feel basically welcome at home.
What does it mean to be a black?
It means everything. Honestly, to be a black shirt is something you have to earn every day. It's something that can be taken away at any time. Basically, it's like rent. If you don't pay for it every day, it can be taken away at any time. So that's basically where my mind's at with it.
As for the offensive play last week against Michigan State, obviously conditions played a factor, but Troy Walters said there was still a lot of positives to draw.
Was it our best performance? No, but the guys, they battled, they never gave up, and when the opportunity came, they made plays. And so we told them that in order to win a championship, you're going to have to play on the road in hostile environments and bad weather conditions, and you got to find a way to win, and that's what we did. And hats off to the defense. You know, they stepped up and worked their butts off during the week and really showed everyone what they're capable of doing. And so that was a huge performance on defense, and we're grateful that they had that type of performance.
And one of the big questions still for this week for the Huskers will be the status of wide receiver J.D. Spielman.
He's been limited, so we'll just wait and see. He's day to day, hoping to have him, but if we don't, then we'll go with the same guys we played against Michigan State.
And finally, though, it's hard to ignore the progress this team has made after an 0-6 start. Nebraska has won 4 of their last 5 games. A finish of 5-1 would have a nice sound of it heading into 2019.
Our guys are dialed in, and I think, we got some momentum going right now. But we also know it's their senior day. They're going to be fired up. We have not fared well against them the last whatever times, so we got to be able to go out there and play a good brand of football because, people talk about rivalries and this, that, and the other. Well, it's not a rivalry if you're on the other end and not taking care of your business. So we got to be able to go up there and play well. I think our guys are prepared. We'll get some good rest time with school being done, after today. Then we'll do some different things, have a good meal tonight, and get some time to stick together one last time as a group because we have a lot to be thankful for, and to be able to have a chance to put ourselves in position to win 5 out of the last 6 is pretty special considering how we started. And then you look, could have got Northwestern and could have got Ohio State. So these guys have really bought in. Again, if you came out to practice today, you'd think we were undefeated and getting on a playoff run. That's just the way the culture is right now. And, you heard us talk about it in August, probably blew the face in September when we were losing. You're like, you guys are probably crazy. But we saw it. We just had to get it right. And right now, we feel like we're getting our culture where it needs to be and to where recruits will want to come, scholarship and walk-ons to be a part of this deal because it's going to be special when it's all said and done.
The Huskers will hold their walkthrough practice here on Wednesday. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.